has the art of recording advanced in 60 years? I'm talking about the art, not the technology. Separate issue. The art of recording. I'm thinking about that because I was listening to this record, the soundtrack to West Side Story, the musical, the Broadway musical, not the movie. This was recorded in September 1957 by two engineers, Fred Platt and Edward Graham, in one day. Now, one day they recorded an orchestra, a large orchestra, choir, soloists, singers, this huge, gigantic production in a wonderful studio, legendary studio, Columbia 30th Street, where every Columbia Records artist recorded there. It seems Bob Dylan, Leonard Bernstein, Glenn Gould, everybody recorded there. Miles Davis did all of his classic Columbia records at Columbia 30th Street. So it's a great sounding room. It's a really big studio. I think it's 90 feet long, 60 feet wide, 40 feet high. It was formerly a church before it was a studio. It's huge, incredible sounding space, and you get to hear it on this recording. I mean, it's not promoted as an audiophile recording, but it sounds like one. First of all, it's got dynamic range. Yeah, remember soft to loud? Whoa, you want to hear dynamics? Pick this puppy up on LP or the CD. I don't know if there's ever been a high-res version, but sound quality is fantastic. The room, and there's a lot of percussion as part of this score, which is by Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim. But the percussion just fills that space. You can hear deep into Columbia 30th Street. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's 1957, so that's 62 years ago. I'd have to think a long, long time before I heard a recording made in the 21st century, not an audiophile recording, this is not claimed to be one, that can touch this one for realism, for dynamic range, for great mid-range. Vocals sound incredible. The orchestra sounds incredible. No, I can't. One doesn't come to mind of a non-audiophile recording that's at the level of this one. The art of recording, not the technology. The art of recording was fully mature in 1957, and Fred and Edward nailed it big time. You could probably hear it on Spotify or whatever, but I don't know, you could splurge, buy the CD or an LP. I got to find my LP. I know I have it somewhere. But anyway, the point of this is it just lit up for me. I was playing it over the Klipsch Forte 3s with First Watt F7 amp and Past Labs preamp and Schiit Jagersal DAC and an Oppo CD Blu-ray transport. So what can I say? I'm really kind of speechless how good this sounded. I've played it many times over the years, just not in a while. So it all came roaring back to me. Maybe hearing it over horns just sort of, pardon the pun, amplified the magnificence of what Ed and Fred pulled off that day. One day to make this huge production. That's the part. One of the parts that blows my mind is that they were such pros, and the musicians were such pros that they could record an entire, very, very complicated score in one little old day. Anyway, check it out. My name's Steve Guttenberg. I am very, very much the audiophiliac, and I do one of these a day. It's only 5 minutes long, but or however long it is. But I do one a day, like Fred and Ed, one a day, and come back often, check them out, check the playlist. Check the playlist for music, recommended music, check the speaker reviews playlist, a lot of playlists. I'm getting close to 500 videos, and I've been doing this for less than a year and a half. A lot of content on this site. Check it out, come back often, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.